Hello, and welcome to this edition of Your County Government. My name is Greg Moore, and I have the pleasure of serving as moderator for today's program. I'm also chair of the Eau Claire County Board of Supervisors. Today we're talking about human services and what the county does to provide important services to our community. And with us today we've got three guests. Nancy Coffey. Nancy is the coordinator for the UW Extension's Nutrition Education program here in the county. Diane Cable is the director of the Department of Human Services, and Linda Struck. Linda is the manager for the Economic Support Consortium here in Eau Claire County. So welcome to all of you, and thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Diane, why don't I start with you, and maybe you can even kind of guide the conversation here, but tell us about what the Department of Human Services does and how it serves the public.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Greg. As Greg said, I'm Diane Cable. I'm the director here at Human Services for Eau Claire County. And in a general sense, we have the responsibility for providing services to the most vulnerable, to children and families, to adults, and coordination of services. And that encompasses child welfare services, juvenile justice services, economic support services, mental health or behavioral health type services, long-term support services to children, and then our department also has supportive services, fiscal and other supportive services to help coordinate the coordination of all those different types of services. And those are statutorily responsibilities that we have in responding to those vulnerable needs that individuals have at different times. So today, because that's such a vast array of different types of services, joining here today is both Nancy Coffey and Linda Struck. And as we prepared and talked about this, we thought about one of the basic needs of being food and the challenges of food insecurity. So Linda and Nancy are going to talk a little bit about how we respond to that issue with regard to the basic needs of helping to coordinate and connect individuals to being able to access food as a basic need. So I'm going to turn this over to Linda as she talks a little bit about our Food Share program.
Sure. So Food Share is the Wisconsin language. Federally, it's called the SNAP program. And there's a few different avenues for people to get access to those benefits. People can apply online through the Access website. They can call our Great Rivers call center, that is staffed by eligibility workers, to access those benefits and apply. Or they can stop in at the local agency or call the local agency at Eau Claire County to access those benefits. The Food Share program is based it's an income-based program, so up to 200% of federal poverty, you could be categorically eligible for the program. So again, it's income-driven, but there's no asset test. So we encourage anybody who has some food insecurity or maybe is underemployed or just isn't feeling like they're being able to get their needs met to call our consortium or go online to screen themselves to see if they're eligible for the program. One of the big changes with the Food Share program in the last year is our Food Share and Employment Training program. In the past, this has been a voluntary program for adults on Food Share who are unemployed or underemployed. And recently, they've changed that requirement to a mandatory program for adults who are 18 to 49 years of age who don't have dependent children. So they've become mandatory for the program, and that program assists them in finding work. And hopefully, I think the outcome is that they won't need the Food Share as much. But any adult on the program can also volunteer for the program and get assistance in finding work. So just some general data about Eau Claire County specific. 17% of our county's population is on Food Share. That's a combination of adults and children. And we average monthly in 2015, $1.2 million monthly in Food Share benefits have gone out to Eau Claire County residents. And so it's about 17,436 individuals are currently on Food Share.
So those individuals then who have recipients of Food Share, there are some opportunities then for them to be able to use that in a variety of different ways. So Nancy, can you talk a little bit about some of the ways in which you're involved with with regard to the utilization of food share?
So federally, we have the Wisconsin Nutrition Education Program, which federally is called SNAP-Ed, just like SNAP is the federal food stamp name. In Wisconsin, we try to make things more complicated, right? So we're talking about it as Wisconsin Nutrition Education Program. So we are working with the community to help food share clients to maximize those food dollars that they're getting. And so Extension reaches about 2,000 individuals throughout our community with about 11,000 contacts. So you can imagine we want people to be reached out to more than once, because it takes us time to learn things. It takes us time to change behavior. So we're working with about 30 different community agencies to do that. We teach in 5 schools, and we can only teach in the schools that have low income. So at least 50% free or reduced lunch. And that would be Eau Claire area schools as well as Augusta and area schools that meet that criteria. We also teach at Boys and Girls Club, Kids Gardens, and Juvenile Detention for youth. And for parents, cook and learn classes and grocery store tours, so they can learn how can you maximize those dollars and shop better for the money that we have. We also know that 1 out of 5 of our children are food insecure, as Diane was talking about, and we work in partnerships to connect community resources and reduce food insecurity. So we know the environment has an impact on that. For example, Eau Claire County is very high in fast food restaurants. And we know if there are a lot of fast food restaurants, we're more tempted to go, right? So that's the whole idea of trying to get community to have choices that are healthy. One of those is called Market Match. So we started out with a token program in 2012. I can take my Discover card if I want, go to the Market Match station, and I can use that for tokens. I will get tokens of one color, but if I'm on food share, I get tokens with a print in a different color, and then I can take, if I spend $10 and I'm on food share, I will get now in 2015 and beyond a bonus of a double bucks. I can double my dollars. Now, I can't do that if I'm not on food share. We want to make that very, very clear. But last year, food share clients spent $8,000. We had 288 food share unduplicated clients, and they spent $8,000 and got $6,000. So they spent more than they got. Often they came and spent more because transportation is a problem. I can't get there every week sometimes. So this Market Match project has really helped for food share clients to feel more part of their community, get more fruits and vegetables to eat. So it's just been really remarkable. And for next year, we have enough donations from private and public dollars to be able to have this for next year as well and be able to run it. So we're really excited. The city's going to be helping with this by helping us with promotion. We also work with 4-H'ers, and they help with the point of sale machine and running it, and Jonah members. And
Jonah is the faith-based group in town.
Joining our neighbors, Advancing Hope.
Right.
Correct. And Human Services is helping us to get a flyer out through the state to all of our Eau Claire County residents that are on food share, so they know about the program. So we're hoping to really build the program for next year. Another very new program, which I know, Greg, you're aware of because Emily Moore and Feed My People Food Bank are really, really involved in this, is called the Food as Medicine program. And we're broadening community connections, identifying food insecurity, and trying to connect those people who are food insecure with resources for food. So more angles, right? So we're going to try to help them through the medical community, through nonprofits and school settings to identify those people who are on food insecure and get them access to food share or other community resources as they need it. And the last group that we've been involved in is the Hunger Prevention Coalition. And that group, Linda Struck has been involved in as well, and many, many other members. And we work on Eau Claire community resource directories. Now we do have 211, which we worked really hard.
That was the Great Rivers that you had mentioned.
Well, the consortium is staffed with eligibility workers to process. And the part of the directories are getting people to the resources like the Great Rivers Consortium, or 211 really encompasses all different types of resources, where ours is more specific to the economic support programs.
Yeah, so it does get confusing, all of these numbers. 211 is a number that any of us could use if we need help with community services. And so we want people to know what services are available, and also we have summer feeding posters, and those posters connect children to bag lunches and to meal sites during the summer, because children don't get school lunch during the summer, so they're hungrier. And the last one is just hidden hunger newsletters, because what we're trying to do is connect community to be able to help their neighbors to be food secure.
Great, great. So that's a lot, in a major focus, obviously, of the department is the economic support, collaborations with community groups, UW Extension. Maybe, and I know, Diane, you alluded to it in your opening remarks of the range of services, and you kind of went down, but can you focus on some of the other services that the public might be aware of, either for themselves or family members or loved ones, something like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, one of the reasons we talked about this area is because having that subsistence and having people have that food is so important, and it helps to, and not worry about it, where food is going to come from, and it helps to just support then all the other issues that sometimes people are challenged with. So the department is responsible for responding to child abuse and neglect referrals, and making sure children are safe, and helping families to be able to overcome the barriers that are challenges that they have to create safe environments for their children to be able to develop well. And we coordinate then with many agencies throughout the community with regard to that. Juvenile Justice Services, Eau Claire County is very strong in helping to develop and be proactive in working with our youth and being responsive to carrying out juvenile justice services when youth perhaps have committed some sort of offense in which we need to be able to be responsive to that. And we utilize both state funding and county funds, and at any point in which we're able to have grant-funded programs to help broaden our resources and our responses to those services. And with that overlay then are the development of more behavioral health services. Currently we've just been certified for Comprehensive Community Services Program, which will serve individuals across the lifespan. And it's a behavioral health program. So when we're identifying individuals who have challenges in mental health or alcohol or other drug issues, and that's the primary issue that is really their struggle, we're helping to connect to those services. They may have come in because of child abuse and neglect or some criminal activity, but we're really trying to get to the root issues, whether that is some mental health or AODA or food share issues. So there's really an overlay of services that we're always collaborating and coordinating internally with our partners and with our community.
Great. Well, thanks. Well, we're almost out of time. Why don't we just quickly go around just with a final point or takeaway for the viewers, and we'll just kind of go around this way. We'll start with you there.
So I think people power and government and schools and nonprofits all together, and funds garnered from private and public dollars are what help our county residents. So we're all working together as a community to build everyone so that we can all be strong members of our community.
Great, thank you.
Nancy said that really well. I would echo what she
ditto.
is saying. Yeah, in which it takes collaborative work and partnerships to be able to be responsive to help expand our resources, and so we can best be responsive to the needs of our community.
And I guess my takeaway would be that we just encourage anybody who is doubtful if they're eligible or don't think they would be to make that connection with us. So that we can do a screening to see if they're eligible. And I echo what both Diane and Nancy said as far as it takes a community to help get these benefits out and collaborate and teach individuals about the programs that we have.
Great, thank you.
Great.
And once again, thank you for being here. Once again, Nancy Coffey, Diane Cable, and Linda Struck. So thank you all, and thank you for watching today. This is your county government talking about human services. Thanks.
The mission of the Eau Claire County Board is to provide quality and responsive services and programs aimed at protecting the public safety, health, and economic security of our residents in a cost-effective manner through innovation and leadership. Your county government is produced through the facilities of Chippewa Valley Community Television in cooperation with the Eau Claire County Board of Supervisors. For more information about the Eau Claire County Board and how they aim to help the residents of Eau Claire County, go to www.co.eau-claire.wi.us.